secure buildings in the world. From palaces to banks, people have always looked to keep unwanted guests out by building higher and stronger. For centuries, fortresses, bunkers, and private lairs have been constructed and redesigned to stop people from coming in. But with the advent of technology, high walls simply won't do in keeping buildings safe. In today's video, we're looking at the 10 most secure buildings on Earth. Mountain Complex, Colorado Springs, USA. During the early 1960s, at the height of the Cold War between the USA and the USSR, the US military decided to build a secret underground bunker to house NORAD, the US's Defense Command headquarters, to protect them in the event of a Soviet nuclear missile attack. Where better than inside of a mountain? The bunker can withstand a blast of up to 30 megatons, and the blast doors leading into the bunker weigh 25 tons each. Located beneath 2,000 feet of solid granite, the buildings inside the complex are protected from earthquakes and collapse by a series of giant springs, and the massive blast doors can withstand a nuclear explosion as close as 2 kilometers away. Inside, a NORAD command center is supported by a sprawling underground city. Under 24-hour armed guard, and with the perimeter watched closely for any visitors, the underground complex will be pretty hard to sneak into. Initially used as the home of NORAD to scan the skies for incoming Russian ballistic missiles, the Cheyenne Mountain Complex is built 2,000 feet into the Rocky Mountains. A self-sustaining underground town, this state-of-the-art bunker is constantly being updated to fend off newer threats like an EMP pulse or biological warfare. With its own power supply, heating system, and even a hospital, Cheyenne Mountain seems a pretty good place to go in the event of the apocalypse. ADX Florence Prison, Colorado, USA. With a reputation as the toughest prison in America, the ADX Florence Prison near Florence, Colorado is built to keep people in, not out. This super maximum security prison was opened in 1994 to house the most dangerous criminals in the US federal justice system and has come to be known as the Alcatraz of the Rockies. Home to almost 400 inmates, the prison boasts security measures that include 12-foot high razor wire fences, attack dogs guarding the prison walls, remote-controlled stainless steel doors, pressure pads, cameras, and motion-detecting lasers. The cells are made of poured concrete with smooth surfaces and no edges. This deters prisoners from attempting to escape incarceration that sees them spending 23 hours per day locked up. Tiny windows prevent inmates from knowing exactly where they are within the prison, thwarting plans for escape. A panic button can be used by warders to instantly close the more than 1,400 steel doors in the facility, and pressure pads prevent escaping inmates from even trying to reach the prison fences. It's no wonder that prisoners sent here refer to the prison as a neat version of hell. Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Many people don't know that the Federal Reserve Bank of New York is home, at times, to the largest single collection of gold in any single place. Rivaled only by Fort Knox, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York is placed in plain sight, downtown New York City. Driving the US economy, the gold stored here can be viewed by the general public on heavily supervised tours. Located deep underground beneath the streets of Manhattan, the vault is strictly controlled and protected by a horde of security personnel. Being in such close proximity to the rest of the working world, the Federal Reserve Bank might not look like one of the most secure buildings in the world, but don't let the brick and mortar fool you. The vault itself is safeguarded by a comprehensive multi-layered security system, including a 90-ton steel cylinder protecting its only entrance. The 9-foot cylinder is set within a 140-ton steel and concrete frame that, once closed, cannot be opened until the next working day. Vatican Secret Archives, Vatican City. The Vatican Secret Archives is considered to be the most secret library on the planet, reported to hold a treasure trove of secrets dating back through history to the very beginnings of the Church. Protected by world-class security systems and elite guards, the Vatican Secret Archives also doubles as a museum with special environmental controls in place to protect the thousands of irreplaceable documents stored there. The archives are claimed to house over 35,000 volumes of documents on 80 kilometers of shelving. On the rare occasion that visitors are allowed into the archives, they are escorted to the entrance by the Swiss Guard and accompanied throughout their time there by a Vatican official. Visitors are only allowed to view 3 documents at a time, and no photographs are allowed. Car Park, Derbyshire, UK. Gold is not the only thing we need to protect. The Bold Lane car park in the UK boasts some of the most secure parking in the world. Protected by an advanced network of barcode readers, motion sensors, and cameras, this multi-story car park can hold up to 440 cars. Any unauthorized movement of a car immediately triggers the alarms, and the security team can respond in seconds. The sensors are so sensitive that they can even detect if somebody gets into a car without authorization. Since opening in 1998, there has not been a single criminal incident. The operators of the Bold Lane car park are so sure of their security that they guarantee all users that they will cover the full cost of any damage caused by break-ins or the value of the car if stolen. You might think that a car park of this nature would be reserved for high rollers and Ferrari owners, but Bold Lane is open to anybody willing to pay the £1.40 per hour fee. Doomsday Seed Vault, Spitsbergen, Norway. Set inside the frozen Arctic Circle on a Norwegian island, scientists built an insurance policy for the end of the world. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault, also known as the Doomsday Seed Vault, was completed in 2008. The vault is home to over 250 million seed samples from around the world, stored so that if any of the collected plant species go extinct, humanity can replant and restore them. Ideally located due to there being no seismic activity, the low temperatures keep the seeds from rotting and the reinforced concrete structure can survive a nuclear ice age. Though not particularly at risk of thieves, the seed vault is an extremely important backup plant to ensure humankind's survival in the event of a global catastrophe. The remote location of the vault makes getting there extremely difficult, and the modern security systems in place are sure to keep unauthorized personnel out of the facility. With seeds, including rice, wheat and corn stored within the vault, it's nice to know that some clever bodies have us covered in case of an emergency. 51, New Mexico, USA. When reports emerged of a crashed UFO near Roswell, New Mexico in 1947, conspiracy theories and accusations of a government cover-up were soon leveled at the nearby Air Force Base, Area 51. Set in a remote desert in New Mexico, Area 51 is so secure that you can only get within about 15 miles of the actual facility. The base is a highly classified United States base situated within a missile range, and many UFO theorists believe that the US government is secretly keeping the bodies of aliens locked up there. True or not, activities at Area 51 have always been kept a closely guarded secret, with the USA military claiming that the site is nothing more than an open training range. The perimeter of the massive facility is patrolled by heavily armed guards in spooky white vehicles and will refuse to answer any questions if asked. A series of high-powered motion sensors and security cameras will alert guards to a trespasser's presence long before they get anywhere near the base. ET or not, it doesn't look like we'll be getting into Area 51 anytime soon. The White House. Home to the President of the United States, the White House doubles as a central command center and a nuclear bunker for the most powerful man in America and his staff. As one of the most recognizable buildings in the world, the White House is a prime target for terrorists and enemies of the USA. Though the Washington mansion looks vulnerable, it is guarded by a series of security measures making it one of the most secure buildings on Earth. From anti-aircraft missiles on the roof to an underground bunker, the president can be rushed to safety very quickly in the event of a threat or attack. Beginning with a strict 15-mile restricted flight zone around central Washington, D.C., sophisticated radar systems closely monitor all other air traffic in the area. The reinforced steel fence surrounding the property is rigged with heat and motion sensors, alerting security forces to any threats. Bahnhof Data Center. Situated just outside of Stockholm, Sweden, 100 feet underground, the Bahnhof Data Center is as famed for its groovy design as for what it's protecting. With live plants, underground artificial waterfalls, and a massive aquarium, the data center stores billions of bytes of information on a series of servers. WikiLeaks controversially moved some of its servers into the repurposed Cold War-era bunker, and the data stored there has been growing ever since. The 12,900 square foot facility is illuminated by artificial sunlight, and the rough stone walls give employees the feeling of working inside a James Bond villain's lair. The security system protecting the data hosted on the servers is comprised of moving laser beams, high-def cameras, and a 40-centimeter thick steel door. Did we mention the center is also nuclear bomb-proof? Fort Knox. And here we are, the #1 most secure building in the world, Fort Knox. Reputed to be impenetrable, Fort Knox is home to much of the US's gold reserve. The precious metal is guarded by a 22-ton door, and at least 10 staff members are needed to enter the complex combination to get it open. Each member only knows a portion of the code, and they are required to memorize it without ever writing it down. The grand prize for any thief in the world, the sprawling complex is guarded by an army of Apache helicopters, tanks, fences, security guards, concrete-lined granite walls, and alarms. During World War II, many countries chose to send their entire gold reserves to Fort Knox for safekeeping from invading enemy forces. It's not surprising that the term "as safe as Fort Knox" is often used to refer to safekeeping.